Don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have fun?
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see, cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. I try to help you, but you keep reading between the lines. There's nothing there for you to complicate, we're not aligned. You say you listen, but guessing that's just another sign of growing up. You're growing old, you laugh, keep passing. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Now if you break it, I can take it, I don't need a prize. Leave out the fact that I am up against 1,000 guys. My intuition efficient, cause I can use my mind. Don't try to tell me how it's done, you haven't done your time. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah.
You remember when we were out last week? I met this girl.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, she blocked me on Tinder.
What?
7 days since she left, I'm still amazed. The way she dressed, I mean, woof. The way she smelled, made my every cell scream rum bum bum bum. Huh? Who knew what Tinder date could make me feel this way? Now I'm in love and I'm ready to play. Wrote her a text like, hey baby, do you wanna hang out? But then she goes, she run around, run around, run around, run around, run around in my head. I can't let go. No, 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 no. It's all I think about, think about, think about, think about, think about, think about her. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Ooh, I like it, baby. Oh, why won't she date me? Did you remember what happened? Remember stepping to the club, right? Did you only turn it up, right? She was rocking to the song, you were looking all along, even touched your ding dong, right? So tell me what's in your face plans when you put your hands in her pants, or maybe when you hit the garden, beating that car, kept acting like a rock star. If you act like a douche, of course you will lose, yeah. If you act like a douche, of course you will lose, yeah. If you're acting like a douche, of course you will lose, yeah. If you're acting like a douche, of course you will lose. Run around, run around, run around, run around, run around in my head. I can't let go. No, 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 no. It's all I think about, think about, think about, think about, think about, think about her.
Welcome. Oh, that's a little too loud right there, right? Welcome to Late Night Charts. Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog. We are almost ready to get started. There's always just a few little technical things to do at the end. Just the nature of the beast. Just doing a quick little mic check and we will be ready to go in just a few seconds. And are you ready?
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I want to say thank you very much.
Strega, how is it going, Strega, my man? Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dog. I am your host, Lane, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, taking a look at the market like we usually do. Got a few hot things to go over with you, a few little coins going over the charts that look very interesting, look a little feisty with all this kind of mismatch that we got going on with altcoins. So there are a few hot ones to look at. We can also look at the coins that you guys are interested in because, hey, that's what I'm here for, people. So whether you are new to crypto or you have been around for a little while, a little experience, or you're just a seasoned pro, welcome to the channel. I think you will find a home here with the information that we share. And as I go over the charts, if you need me to break down and explain something, by all means, just ask. This is more of a teaching channel than anything, is how we started here. But we like to make money while we do it. Now, every trade does not always work out. That's ridiculous to even think so. But trading is just kind of finding some probabilities there and taking a chance on them. So I show you what I see, you compare it to what you see, and then, you know, we kind of make a decision. T3 is in the house. T3 says, Dimitra, it looks like we're going to 0.008. Are we? We shall take a look at Dimitra. So currently we're here at Bitcoin. It's 26,063, same as it's been every other night on this show. I feel like I'm in a boring time spot. I don't know. It's like all the excitement happens during the day, and when it gets to our time, it seems like we're right in the same area every day, which every day is Thursday to me. Except for today's Friday. Hey, a day that's not called Thursday. My weeks seem to just have 1 or 2 days, and every other day seems to be a Thursday. It goes by really quick, but slow at the same time. Guys, let me know if the music is too loud, if you have trouble hearing me. I'm trying to work out some audio issues here. I just don't think I've got my settings just quite right. Okay, so let me zoom out of here just a little bit. Take a look at Bitcoin. Got to look at it. Have to keep up with it. I'm trying to find a chart that's not all guzzled up. So we're in, you know, straight down, and this could be a possible bear flag. Just be honest. Call it what it is. I mean, this could go down just as easy as it could possibly go up. Say something along the lines of this, right? And we got this flagpole. General rule of this is if this breaks down, but these are not, they don't always play out, people. They just don't. They rarely go to the full extent of the pole, but they can. But if that were to happen, that would be taking us down to about 22,400 by that measured move. We should probably make a note of that. Might be something to remember there. And if Bitcoin's not happy, nobody's happy, especially altcoins. And that makes me grumpy, and everybody gets grumpy. Bitcoin? Our mental health depends on you, man. Interesting area that we've got right here. Let's go ahead and mark that. Looking over to the left, you see that we got a little toppy there. Moving this to the top of those candle bodies. Get there. Gives us a nice area that we wick down to and bounced off of. Also bounced off of it here. Since the situation I'm looking at, hopefully we got our bounce. Will we keep our bounce or are we going to break through it? That's what we're waiting on. Either scenario could definitely play out because, you know, if you take this trend line right here, draw it over, look where it goes. It goes right here to our measure move area. Now, a little trick here is if we take that, duplicate it by pressing Control, pull it up the top, you can see how that angle just kind of fits very nicely there, right? So we're actually in two crisscrossing channels. We'll talk about that, but this is one direction here, so we can fall down the channel this way. And we've talked about this before, calling this a waffle pattern, because it does. It travels, price travels in channels, right? There's one. So you see these little waffle channels, so we can go up these ways or come down crisscross these ways. And right here's the channel we're kind of playing with right now. I'm going to make these just a little bit of a different color. Maybe they'll be easier to see there. So kind of what we're looking at there. Hopefully we can break back into this channel. That would be hella bullish. But now this slanted channel, this downward channel here. Now if we can break out a bit, and we do have a 68% chance to break out of that one going up. We also have a 64% chance, I believe, just to break down, which is what we did from this channel. So right now, everybody's just watching and waiting. And I can tell you, it's been crazy trading, and I've been on these smaller time frames trading them. And of course, you get some nice little, I mean, they're very small percent spikes up there, but when you're on crazy leverage, you know, you can have a little bit of fun with it. Until a real move comes, and if it's in the wrong way, you get liquidated really quickly. So tawny amounts, but just kind of playing around in these areas here. But we've also, it's been frustrating. I have said so many trade setups today, and Bitcoin will just almost get there and then not. It'll do something else. So I've been looking at this inverted head and shoulders pattern we got here on the 1 minute. And do you know what it did? I mean, here's my neckline. So I made this trade setup all nice and pretty, put it on our Telegram group for everybody, and, you know, waiting for that confirmation for price to get up here and then hopefully, you know, get something going on up there, right? But no, it doesn't want to complete the pattern. So here's a little lesson. When you see people calling it heads, you know, inverted head and shoulders or something like that, until it completes, it is not valid. And if there is a gap, like say for instance, if this doesn't make if you don't have a good solid neckline, and we don't on this one, we didn't make that touch, and look what happened. Beginning of the stream will be a little bit of our teaching moments, okay? But this is what happened. We went sideways, and it's just been sideways, waffling in and out all day. And when I say waffling, what I mean is that it's got a trend line, right? And so you're trying to play that and play that pattern. And it just keeps dropping levels on those little lines. It just keeps dropping levels, but yet still kind of going up. Personally, I'm trying to short this little baby because it's the weekend. And it's just not playing ball with me too well at the moment. So basically just wanting a nice move. I would like to get out of all this chop, but we're just not seeing it. Every time a moving average comes down from the sky, and they do it on just about every time frame that we can look at, they're all just slowly making their way down. And every time one makes it down on a time frame, it pushes us down. So here on the 2 hour, we got the 100 coming down, getting ready to touch this 50 moving average. And is it going to send us down? History repeats, I would think. Probably so. Maybe. This I thought was interesting. This is something that, oh, we crossed it. Okay, cool. We had this 200 moving average. That's this yellow line coming down. Hard, fast, and heavy. And the 50 moving average was just falling right along with it. Now, we know when this crosses, when the blue line crosses over the yellow, meaning where the blue is on top, that's a golden cross. That's supposed to be bullish, right? So I'm glad to say we finally got that cross, although the angle is lackluster, meaning the performance will probably be lackluster too. So don't get excited this weekend. Now, zooming out on the 1 hour, I probably need to see this because I've been stuck on some smaller time frames or just huge ones. But the pattern that we got now, when we zoom out on this larger time frame, we had a falling wedge that broke down to the downside, but now that gives us, make some bigger lines here, baby. Barely see those guys. Now we're getting a actual bullish megaphone. This pattern's typically bullish, 55% chance that it will break to the upside. I'm sorry, 64% chance that this one. My statistics are all messed up in my head. 72% chance this pattern, where both lines are angling down, will break to the upside. So we already got the buy signal official. The golden cross is it's a wimpy one. The 200 cross, or the 50 cross of the 200. So technically that's a buy signal. There's two things giving us a little bit of bullishness, or maybe a hopeful breakout, but it's kind of weird. If you really want my opinion, I think we got something like this going on. This little diamondy looking shape, which is normally a reversal pattern or can be a continuation pattern. Yeah, can't have everything, right? Kind of odd. I really want to zoom out to it's kind of in the odd placement, but it does have that shape. So just keeping an eye on that. But that would happen if you have one of these open megaphones. Now, the way I drew this one here, this one has a 60% chance to break to the upside. This is where I'm paying a little bit more attention. I'm on a different time frame, paying a little more attention to these wicks here. But this pattern, 60% chance for it to break to the upside. And this one, you got a triangle. It's like a symmetrical triangle, so for it's just going the other way. So greater than and equal than or less than signs, you know? So this one, this little fishy's opening up to eat. So will it go up? Maybe. I hope so. If it does, what can we expect? Well, it's just nothing exciting. I'd be ecstatic to see Bitcoin get to 26,400. That would be awesome. Love it to finally get up in these areas and hold that besides crashing down. But, you know, it's the weekend. All right, so I'm wrapping that up on Bitcoin. Now we'll just take a quick look just on the daily. We've got to do this, people. This is how we judge the market. It keeps us out of trouble most of the time if we listen to it. Two more things to check. First is Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, it's about the same. Not really doing anything for the daily. Great, sideways. Are we under that moving average there? She looks like she wants to go down. So if she goes down, that's very helpful to us. However, notice how this 50 moving average is coming right here on top of price. Right there. Got two things it can do there. It can either just make everything reject and start going down, or this could be a real sneaky, tricky place where The 9 moving average can cross both the 50 and the 21 at the same time, and that's actually what I think it's going to do. So in that case, it's not bearish at all. It may just pop up. No bueno. From here, we'll visit total 3, and then we will get right on into our altcoins, starting out with Dimitra. Total 3 still sitting in what could be on the 4-hour, also a bear flag. Just like with Bitcoin, except for this one's just not as pointy. But we could be looking at another drop, meaning, oh, what is that? A good $30 billion leave altcoins would suck. But as luck would have it, we're being sucked into this Ichimoku cloud on the 4-hour. Above the 9 moving average right now. We're trying to claim some ground here, so maybe a bump up over the weekend. Might be nice. See some altcoin movements over the weekend. Have this little sliver of green here in the Ichimoku cloud saying that, hey, this might actually just suck us up and push us out on the other side. Maybe we can get a breakout of this bearish pattern and see some upside. We are due for some upside in altcoins, as this is what's going on when we zoom out. They took a hit, baby. You know that. I don't have to tell you. You can tell by looking in your portfolios and your hodl bags. It took a hit. Took a big hit. Not fun. No bueno. Great time to DCA, though, for my personal opinion. But in the following channel here has a almost a 70% chance to break to the upside there. Will it? Gotta wait and see. Gosh, I hope you do. Please, for the love of God, give us a break, man. Joe Biden, these anti-crypto tactics that you have are not making you any new friends. All right. So now, on to Dimitra. DMTR, I think I'm saying that right. Dimitra. And we've got this, that's available on Uniswap too. Tried to pick up another token there earlier that I was looking at that's getting ready to pop, but it didn't really have enough liquidity there on Uniswap, so did not do that. Let's take a look at it on KuCoin. Ooh, baby, you dumped. Oh, you're in my buy zone, my ultra juicy buy zone at that. And Ichimoku Cloud's not showing us any love. You see how kind of pointy down and how thin that's getting? When it gets thin, well, it's the fast move that we have that's reflecting. The Ichimoku Cloud's really more like a shadow. You kind of think of it that way. It's 26 candles ahead and some other stuff, but very cool indicator. And when we're below it, we're bearish. Oh gosh. Well, let us figure out where this little baby's going. So in the wildest kind of way, you had this technically a complex head and shoulders. Now there's a measured move. Oh, geez. It looks scary. I know, it does. 40% your measured move. If that plays out, that brings us down to, gosh. .006. T13 says it looks like we're going to 0.008. It's at 0.018. Now, this measured move just takes the cake, doesn't it? It doesn't mean that it's going to go there. It does not mean that. That's just that it does qualify. It's a complex head and shoulders, though. So I took the measure moves from these don't go the full length. They only go. Actually, I think I've got it right here. Let's just go to the source. Don't trust my words for it. You go to the source. This is the guy that came up with all the statistics. He did all the math behind all this and all the study behind it. This is the man, the GOAT, Thomas Bukowski's site, the patternsite.com. And percentage meeting price target's 51, so I'm a little shy. I was a little generous there. Let's do this again, shall we? Take a measure move from the very top down to the neckline, preferably straight. 51% brings us right to hell. Take that, put it at the breakout. Adjust the measure move accordingly. It's going to zero. It's going to zero. You heard it here first, folks. Dimitra is going to zero. No. Let me back up. I'm going to keep up that 40%. Okay, so we got a measure move from a possible pattern, which just seems outlandish on how it's going to come down. It's not going to be that bad. Right here, at 0.003 was our lowest low, which we can definitely go below it. We're seeing some coins hit new lows. They just had a big old shakeout. My other forecasting trick says right here's where we're going. So Fibonacci retracement, swing high to swing low. That was the area that we've had for support there. So I trust this one to be an accurate representation of where it will go. The negative 0.27 fib comes in at 0.012. The other area of confluence to look at is the actual bottom down here we just mentioned. That's where the 414 is coming. So we got one of those two areas. It can go below the 27. It might bounce off the top of the 27. But if that doesn't hold, you can definitely 0.0024 is on the table if this area does not hold. So Dimitra, do see it coming down here. Definitely do see it coming down here. Hopefully you will hold it. Okay. So now that we've got the target, let's look at the retracement. This is a method I use to find price targets. Okay. The other method I use is to find, well, you know, I should have done this first. This is normally the first step that we will do. Goes from swing low to swing high. And look for a 786 or an 886 retracement. Okay, so we gave you my target. The negative 27 on the fib. You saw how I got that. Doing it backwards the other way, we got confluence here at an 886. So this area right here, it's at 0.136 on the KuCoin chart for this particular move. That is where price will most likely come down and bounce. An 886 retracement. If it doesn't, whoo, baby. But we should see some relief there. So if there's a way to short this, there may be some shorting opportunities there. Definitely bearish under the 9 moving average all day. But the area I've got 1012 and then the actual 886 coming right here. I probably need to make that a little bit more pronounced. Come on now. Let's just go ahead and blow this little baby up. Now we can see it. 13,604. 1.36 cents. And that could be another drop of, another 20% drop. So, oh gosh. Let's come to the smaller time frames just to get a feel. It's found some support here at this area. And that's where we got this. So from this swing high to this swing low, the last one before we lost ground gave us the bottom of negative 0.27. Okay, so that's the bottom area. That's the same Fibonacci number that we got down here for the red line. It's just on a bigger scale from this red line. This is interesting because I mean, technically for that move, this could be accurate. This is actually kind of nice here on the 4 hour. Daily still looks very bullish or bearish, being under the 9. All right, so we did lose that 786 though. It just makes sense we come down here to this 886. It's not too common that we would just go in the middle. And it's just from that last swing high, the swing low here, where this measurement's coming in, but it's finding some support there on the 4 hour. So interesting. The 4 hour looks like it's thinking about going sideways and maybe trying to turn it around. Just gotta watch it. I mean, you had some of those situations going over here too. So Ichimoku cloud suggests maybe some more downside. So I'll keep an eye. Current levels to see if there's a possibility of a turnaround. You'll need to see us. Well, here the 9's already lost the 21 here, so it's already crossed back down. So we got two areas. We got this area that could hold for a little while, could get a bounce up, but then we got this area down here, which I think will come into play over the next few weeks here, seeing how bearish this is overall. I mean, checking on the weekly. We are way far away from the 9 moving average here. That's interesting to me. From where the moving average is on the weekly to where we are, that's a 50% drop. There might be a nice balance once this thing hits. Once it finally reaches a bottom. So well, I'm just wondering if this 0.27 being a bottom area or coming down finally to this one. And that's going to be a little tricky. It's going to be having to watch the 4 hour to see what's going on there to catch it. If I had to go by the Ichimoku cloud, I would say we probably got a good chance of coming out of these areas. But we don't have to. We could just kind of round out here. To come down to it was what, 0.008? That would be way down here. It's not out of the question, but I'm not seeing anything that would really make that point stand out in my mind. I mean, there's that little area right there. Man, on the daily, cloud looks it looks like it's got some more downward pressure there to me, in my opinion. Stricker says he had a wonderful failed transaction today. Says if I get a few more, I'm calling it for ETH. I haven't noticed. I've had some that wouldn't go through, but I think it's because I don't think they got my gas fee on. I don't think the transaction didn't go through. It wouldn't have failed transaction, but that sucks Yeah, that's one of the bad things about ETH, especially. And imagine that when gas fees were like $70, $100, or $300 for some of these transactions during the bull market there, right? And them not going through. How sucky is that? Man, I used to think the Ethereum miners were greedy. You know they were making bank. All those transaction fees, as crazy as they were. They did not want to give up their mining for Ethereum to go to proof of stake at all. You too many lines, and that's important, is the you too many lines. All that is important is that one green god candle. Oh yeah. The god candle. Ever get lucky enough to catch a god candle? Pretty amazing. I once made 100 Litecoin on the god candle, which I traded for 10 Bitcoin, which I sold at an embarrassingly low price right now, because I thought it was going to zero. Oh, Lordy mercy. Stupid. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into a few things I was looking at earlier. Some things that we've looked at that have been doing pretty nice. One of those is Sentinel, DVPN. Look at that. Yeah. We looked at this one not too long ago. Got a nice juicy target up there that's not yet hit 110%, but remember we were talking about in this juicy little box right over here. Watched it break support, retest support, come down to this juicy little area. Putting a buy in at 0.00035 in that area when we're talking about it. And currently, if anyone had taken that trade, and let's just say from that area there, you're up a nice 86% on DVPN, minus staking, so. Nice one. We covered this one. Taking credit for it, baby. Striga says sometimes words get omitted. Are we talking about the microphone? If my words are cutting off, that was a setting I've got to work on here. All right, so DVPN doing nicely. Another one we looked at was Ferrum. The Ferrum network. She's not bounced all crazy. And you know what we didn't do? We didn't show respect, man. You got to show respect when you bounce up like that. That rocket ship was a little delayed. But congratulations to you guys that got in on DVPN on that trade, because she's still going up to our target 0.000735. And then another one at 0.00008, 0.000102 on a complete tear on the daily. Taking a little break up here, but I think she's still got still got some more steam in the pipes there, my man. See what it did right here? See how we have this rising wedge? And then when it breaks out of that pattern, parabolic up, breaking up out of a bearish pattern. I keep trying to drive this home because I want you guys all to learn this. Breaking upward out of a bearish pattern, parabolic, baby. We want that. It's one of the signs we want to look for. Okay, so we had FRM, Ferrum Network. I have this on my list, so it's doing something. Oh, okay, yeah. We were looking at it over here in this area and hoping that maybe we'd come back down. But we did get one of our targets hit right there. And 35 up to 40% from these zones up through there. She was doing this, it looked like an Adam and Eve double bottom, and then it bounced up and then it came back to retest. She should have some more upside, but currently below the 200 moving average. So that kind of sucks just a little bit. Also inverted head and shoulder, or is it? Not on that line. Where's that neckline? We got a good neckline or not? That's a neckline. Of course, I think it's invalidated now, almost. What was that? Is that where that was? There it is. Okay. And that gives us up here in 0.05 cents. Eventually. So it looks like we came up, now we're retesting this area of support right here. What you look like on the 4 hour? Are you looking promising? Are you going to go back and go back in for the kill? It's looking promising. We've regained the 9 moving average, crossed over the 21, playing with the 50 now, getting ready to go above it. Looks like we got a chance to start coming back up. I like that. Nice little breakout retest of a triangle pattern. So not a bad place, 0.38 cents to dip your toes back in the water for Ferrum. This we get back to a nickel. Striga says, I'm just glad it's Fridays. All my channels look like they're going down. Ah. All your channels? One that's looked pretty interesting right now to me is actually B&B. I know it's sunk, man. It's sunk bad, right? But look what it's done. All the way down at these levels, right? We had like this several different ways you can look at it, but they're all bullish. Okay, got to break out 70%, 72% chance to break upward out of this falling megaphone, this bullish megaphone pattern, which we did. And now you look very head and shouldery, but it doesn't have a solid neckline. That's what I wanted to check out. But we're right here in the Ichimoku cloud, and it's got just enough to just suck us in, I believe, and spit us out on the other side there, right above the 9 moving average on the 4 hour. Everything's looking nice for a turnaround here. Now just zoom out to the daily, take a look. Ooh, she dropped. Should drop. I have not looked at this one in a while. So, G baby. So it could, looks like we're getting turned around and headed back toward about $230. We're at 217 right now. B&B finance chain. It just looks like it's getting ready to do some. It's already regained the 9 on the daily. Next stop is about $230 at the 21 moving average. And it's trying to get that kicked off, so I thought that was worth looking at right there. Area that will give it a hiccup, yeah, around 230, 236 right through there. I can definitely see finding some rejection and they're getting a pullback. So nice little move there if somebody were to get in, you know, nice little 8% move. Any thoughts on Bitflex? Not familiar with Bitflex. Bitflex. Oh, an exchange. Or are you talking about the token? BTFX. I'm not getting anything on this. Not very much liquidity on some of those contracts. Pools. That could be a problem. I have no idea on it. I can't find any information on it. Market cap 118,000. $40 million pooled there. Where am I? I'm not seeing the token supply. Were you asking about the pattern on it? See if we can get a... It froze. Why did you freeze on me, buddy? There we are. Dude, I'm blowing up big screen now. I don't have my tools. So it looks like a nice little channel that it may be breaking out of. Depending on how you want to take a measured move. I don't think those are as dependable, but they can hit over time. Your more instant move is right there. And the little percent thing usually doesn't work, does it? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, that's a 50% move to the first target. If it breaks out, currently it's at 0.00001696. So it's at 1696. It can go up to 25.59 for a 50% return. The more hopium measured move we got would be almost 100% return, 94% return at 33.18. If it can get a breakout there. It's got a rising price and rising volume, and that's good. Oh, you mean exchange, not the token? I have no experience with them whatsoever. I am looking at some exchanges, and some exchanges are reaching out. asking if I'm interested to start, you know, showing them on the stream. Maybe. Some of them will give you like some trading funds that you can trade live with and stuff. So I'm cool with that. All right, so we looked at DVPN, we looked at Ferrum, we looked at B&B. Remember KDA? We were looking at KDA because I was bitching about it being so low priced. Well, she spiked up today. Or not, I can't even see because I got this cluttered chart. So it had this yummy buy zone, but it decided it didn't want to go lower and go down to this yummy buy zone. And if you got into it at this yummy buy zone, which is cheap as crap, 44 cents. Sucker went up 38% in a big spike, and currently sitting 8% up. We went up to 61 cents there. One big old move. So nice come up. We were talking about that one. Miner shoved away on a wallet. It's a long-term hold for me, not a trade, but man. I wish I'd bought some down here just for that trade though. In this juicy buy zone. It's been there for a long time. Well, in hours anyway. So I've been there for since the 17th. So we got that one. It needs a little fireworks. Here are some that metrics are kind of talking about. HiFi. Let's see, we got in Binance KuCoin. Do we have it? Mixi. Since being in the States, we can't really deal with Binance and KuCoin anymore. So she's taking a dump on us on the 1 hour. Zoom out to the daily here and see what I saw. So what I'm seeing is that we just now got to cross over the 200 moving average on the daily. And now we're going to retest. So we're coming back to this 21 moving average, which is currently right about 39 cents. So if you want to get in on it, right around that area would be the spot. In my personal opinion. There's our indicators. So HiFi Finance. Nice little bump up, and you on a strong move, you're looking at it coming back to the 21 moving average right here on the 4 hour. So that's coming in about 40 cents. It may dip below it. I wouldn't think it would go too far below that. So right there is a good buy zone. Bear with me a second here. Oh, come on, please. I'm trying to get my music straightened out. Fast forward all that. Thought I had some more interesting. Thought I had some more interesting sounds on there. Oh well. Here we go. All right, so let's pull a fib and see what the fibs say on this for good retracement. That's coming back to the 618 retracement with a 21 moving average. So right there, 41 cents would be a good place to take a little nibble at this. It may come down to 39 cents, maybe. But getting the bounce off of there, 41 cents should have a good chance to see some more up the up. Notice our 9 moving average is not curving over anything. We're just spiking down on the 4 hour. So that may have already been the move. Or you got some more for me, baby? She may have some more. She may be coming down here on the 1 hour. Yeah, I can see it doing that. 39.40 cents would be a pretty juicy place to get in on HiFi, I think. And looking for your target, you know, it says 52 cents from the get-go just for the next spike up. So that's what I would go with. If it plays out, no guarantees, but it is making a nice little parabola. She's getting started. She's going to have a little bit of a pullback, though. She's getting a pullback. But if it bounces off the 21 on the 4 hour, we should see more upside. If we lose that, then we'll see more upside, but we're going to go sideways more often. So not the big impressive move that we're all looking for. So, but a bounce off the 21 should give us a nice one. And, you know, that's like a 30% move just up to that target at 52. Buying in at 41 cents, selling at 52. Sounds okay to me. Let's see if we got confluence. Got confluence right there, baby. Might even go up to 53 cents. There we go. And let's just test the angle of the dangle. The angle of that dangle's right here. I like to check the angles of the dangles. And let's take that little guy. Let's use, whoa, what'd I do? Let's take that one. That's not matching, baby. It's not matching. That does though. Okay, so our trend line does suggest that 52, 53 is in the picture for HiFi after a pullback. I think another one we looked at was Bluezelle. Bluezelle is holding this trend line very well. It's flirting with giving it up the closer it gets to that cloud though, right? But we do have some divergence here right now on the RSI. Swing low to swing lower. And we got our price right here from swing low to swing higher. So the lows here are going higher, the lows there are going lower. That's giving us hidden bullish divergence, which means that we should get a bounce off of this trend line. Ichimoku Cloud's just dying to get that little sucker in here. But the divergence suggests that we could get that move up. BMC also likes it, giving us lots of green dots there. Stochastic is going to the upside. VWAP's doing some shaky stuff there, so that looks a little suspect. Looking at the 1 hour just to kind of get a feel if we're being a little bullish or bearish, and we are being bullish because we just price went below the 200, but we came back above it, sitting above the 9. Moving averages look good, poised for maybe a move up. Just kind of looking at that cloud, looks a little suspect, but so it may have a little bit of a struggle as it regains these areas, and that's where about 12.5 cents. But after that, we should be doing pretty good. Let's see if we can get a higher target that it might be headed to. We're Bluezelle, it's been doing pretty well. So we got you there. So it looks like 16.8 and 18.4 cents would be some good targets to go with that as far as Fibonacci goes. And got some confidence there with a measured move just from the bottom. We won't venture to that far yet. We just got to see it get a positive move back up to the upside there, coming to the top of the channel. And we could be looking at 15.4 if you want to